Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Here we go, Wednesday. Yeah, I told you the week gonna fly by. Well, you know, 3-day weekend on deck. Memorial Day, yeah, summertime officially begins. I think on Friday, just to let you guys know, we're going to be doing a playlist playoff. Best summertime jams, your summertime songs. The ones that, because we were talking about movies today, that there were movies I just watched in the summer. They just felt like summer. They made summer. And I had also music that I would listen to that especially was like, okay, this song makes me feel like it's summertime.
Question. It's more your own summer playlist, what feels, like summer to you? Because my summer list is going to be different. There are moments that I remember from the summertime that these songs are connected to, but they may not necessarily be a summer-like song, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it could be whatever you want. Like it's your, songs. I think probably 5. Maybe the hooks to 5 songs.
Okay.
That we could do, and then maybe what we'll do if we do it like 7:30 on Friday, then whoever wins gets some of their songs played.
Whoever puts down like A Summer Breeze or Cruel Summer, they get their ass kicked.
Cruel Summer, I love that song.
I know, but it's so, hey, look, it's got summer in the title.
Guess Kevin's getting his ass kicked.
Getting your ass kicked on Friday.
Bring it, bitches.
I'm going for the hair.
We might need Denny's and Suits to help us.
I protect the hair first. Yeah.
You got to blind him. You got to go for the eyes, then the
Go
hair.
for the eyes.
Yeah, dude, too beady. You can't get your fingers in my damn sockets.
The smallest target.
Your eyes are in trouble. Mine are fine.
My nostrils are good, though. I got small-ass nostrils.
Imagine if we put my eyes and your nostrils together.
Oh, my God.
You're an
weird-ass
infant.
looking head. Weird-ass looking head there. Be crazy. Some other movies that Riss added to the list, which she's got for her kids to watch, because we're talking about 80s, 90s movies for 25-year-olds and younger. She got Gremlins, Dark Crystal, Karate Kid. That's Cruel Summer. That's from that.
Yep. Karate Kid, yeah, it's a good one to put on there. My buddy's got a 10-year-old kid who just turned 10 and is in love with the Karate Kid franchise. Hadn't even seen Cobra Kai yet.
I think I might do that. That I think I will put to the front of the list.
Yeah, he's into buying the gis now. The kid wants to take karate, loves all the characters from it. It's cool.
That's big. I remember our damn little local karate school with a guy named Bob was standing out front handing out pamphlets to come join his karate school.
Bob.
Yeah. Then I think it took everybody's money and left town like 3 weeks later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is the smoker sensei?
That was Phil Levering.
That's who it is.
Phil Levering, yeah.
I've been hearing about him since my first year with
Is he
you.
still alive?
I think so, yeah. I think I tracked him down. Yeah, he had his dojo was in his garage.
That's legit.
He put down some makeshift carpet and some of that duct tape to kind of like mark off the squares on the floor and had a hanging bag in it.
That's not a real dojo. That's just a garage.
Well, he would tell us how he, he was in China most of his life and gone over there, like in Nam or something like that, and then trained with the masters. Came over here and he lost to Chuck Norris for the world championship. And he had like a photo he would try to show you, but it'd be like a back of a guy who was black and white that you thought could have been Chuck Norris, but you weren't sure. And then he told us that he was on the cover of Taekwondo Weekly, and he had the cover. It was framed there. And then I remember when my family, we went to Disney the next summer, I saw the booth where you could actually get that photo.
I did it too. I was on the cover of Young Miss.
Yeah.
Which is like my cut.
We're like, going, well, look, yeah, he was on the cover of Taekwondo. And that was before Photoshop was something, so we couldn't figure out, well, how was he doing that?
It looked real.
It's weird because I pulled the name Phil Levering, you said?
Levering, Levering, I believe is how it goes.
Okay, it's
I think
weird.
he moved out of Logan.
That came up. So
the yin yang.
The yin yang.
So he's still trying that act. Yeah, I saw some photos of him. I can't remember if it was Facebook or something like that, but he's got long white.
This has to be him, right? On Twitter, it's got Bruce Lee on there.
Oh, that might be.
I mean,
Yeah, he loved Bruce Lee. He had photos of Bruce Lee.
Click on about. Is he still in Ohio?
Yeah, I think he'd moved out of Logan.
yeah, Ohio. This is him. I
found
him on
Phil Levering?
Twitter. He's got 6 followers. He has no followers, and he's following 6 people. Oh, he has no followers.
Oh, I'm gonna go follow
I'll follow
Phil
that
Levering.
motherfucker right now.
Let's follow him.
He'll be like, what the hell happened? He's gonna let's get Phil Levering a bunch of followers on Twitter.
Phil Levering at Levering, and
Yeah.
you'll see he's got 6 followers. Now he has 1 follower.
Okay.
Bruce Lee's on the cover with a little yin and the yang.
Yeah, and he was a guy. He also worked security at Pizza Crossing on the
Okay.
weekend. So
We gotta protect those pies.
That's how you keep it safe.
He was the most qualified. Because nobody else in town had fought Chuck Norris other than him. And so, okay, I'm following Phil Levering now.
I mean, he's got no action on here.
He's up to 3 followers.
Yeah, and his last tweet was July 15th of 2017, and he wrote, "Think it's going to rain."
That's
And
deep.
that's his only tweet.
That's deep.
That's his only tweet.
I'm a huge Phil head. I love this guy.
You would love him, yeah, because he used to train us, and he would smoke while he was training us. And so part of the training was you had to dodge the cherry on his cigarette because he would actually burn you. You come out of like a karate class, and you would have burn marks all over you. It's terrible.
See, he taught you. That's real life lessons.
You know, like Miyagi, he used like paintbrushes on. Phil
No.
Levering used cigarettes.
Move or get burned.
Well, it's tough. It teaches you great defense.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh it. My boy is up to 5 followers, yo.
Oh, that's
Okay.
amazing. He may not have checked his Twitter though in like 20 or in 2 years. So
You're right.
Well, when he
hasn't.
goes back to check it, he's going to be like, holy
what
shit.
happened? Why do I have so many followers now?
And why are they all in South Florida? What the shit's going on here?
I've never been to South Florida. Now, China. Spent half my life in China, but I don't know anybody in South Florida. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so that was my Taekwondo days. Or no, I think it was he called it Gung Fu. He's like, it wasn't Kung Fu, it was Gung Fu. I'm
Is
like
he
going,
making up names?
I don't know. He always convinced us it's not Kung Fu, it's Gung Fu.
That sounds like something you get at the Chinese buffet.
I know, yeah.
That's what they did with me too when I took karate, and my parents always thought they were scamming us because it wasn't karate; it was called Kin Shitao. And I told you that the sensei would always beat the shit out of all the kids and make the kids cry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he'd beat the fuck out of the kids.
Okay, wait. Maybe there is a gung fu.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah, it
meaning
says,
of kung fu was gung fu? What?
yeah. So he trained with the masters.
And he's got 7 followers now.
Yeah. And general Gung Fu refers to the Chinese martial arts, also called Wushu or Quan Fa. In China, it refers to any study, learning, or practice that requires patience, energy, and time to complete. So, yeah, that's what, and he made sure that we said, if you said Kung Fu, he'd be going, it's not Kung Fu, it's Kung Fu. He'd like use a fake Chinese accent.
We need to do another
Even
tournament.
though he was from
There's also gong
Logan.
fu.
What is it?
There's kung fu, gung fu, and gong fu.
Gong Fu?
Yeah.
Can we set up another shitty karate tournament? Remember we did that? Me and you actually.
And you have to call it that. Get big banners. Shitty karate tournament.
If you're out of shape and you think you can
Yeah.
do karate,
Right.
we want you.
But you can't have taken it past 4th grade.
Yeah, I mean, I never reached higher than a yellow sash, and I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And what even a belt? They gave me a sash.
if your sash has any color on it, we don't want you.
That's amazing. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe you need to try to reach out and find him. I don't know. There's some images for Phil Levering, and some of those that I see it looks like a younger guy.
Oh, he's up to 7 followers, y'all.
Yeah, but I don't know. That'd be amazing.
This isn't him, is it? In the hospital? That's not
Oh,
him. Is that him?
Is that him?
No,
Okay.
Phew.
No,
That'd be the explanation for why he hasn't posted since 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put Phil Levering karate.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was maybe Facebook that I had found him.
Did you ever study the arts, Virginia?
No.
Yeah, there were some photos. I think it was whatever it was I'd found him on.
Me and Kevin did.
He's there. Oh, you know what? Another person that I'm hoping to track down My cousin Bob sent me a text yesterday, and he's the one. Remember me telling you the story about Feeney, the guy that I got into that we caused that riot at WVU, West Virginia University.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
then you luckily stumbled away while the whole place broke out.
Yeah, I was getting my ass kicked, and I saw Feeney had his shirt up over his head, and they were whooping his ass across the street. That might have been the last time I ever saw Feeney. I asked my cousin Bob what was going on with him, and he moved to England and was living in a ball closet at a tennis club.
Fascinating.
And I'm like, do you know where Feeney is? And he's like, last I heard, I think he's in Germany. So
Feeney's seeing the world.
You gotta respect a guy like Feeney.
Yeah, so he's a world traveler. He's a weird dude, man. He's nuts.
He's the one that was always, I'm British, I'll kick your ass.
Right, yeah, he talk like this. He's like, Feeney, mate, fuck you. And you're like going,
I'm British and I'll kick your ass.
Just everywhere. That was the way he went. He was just completely intense. So, yeah, I'll see if I can find him.
Any chance that Phil is in Toledo?
Somebody said that they saw him in Toledo. I thought he was like in a...
No, he's
no,
too
that's
young.
not him. No,
He's too young.
No, I think I had seen. No, he has white hair and a ponytail when I'd seen it. I mean, he looks like when you see him, you'd be like, okay, that looks like a guy that used to have a dojo in his garage.
You found him back when we were at Wild 95.5, and you showed him to me, and he was exactly how I thought he would look.
Is he 51?
No, that's too young.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a Santa Claus look to him.
Yeah, he might have been in Zanesville, Ohio. I think that's where he was. So, yeah, I'll see if I can find him and post up a photo. But, yeah, there's no doubt when you see him. I just hit it up on Facebook.
Is he 71?
That sounds
that
right.
probably
Okay.
a little bit more like it.
Zanesville, Ohio, Philip Levering.
That's him.
Oh, okay.
Worked at...
Pizza Crossing? Security?
Hold on.
This can't be good radio, right?
This is fascinating, though. I want to see what Phil is doing.
Maybe I can find him. There was one I saw that he looks like a really old guy from Case Western Reserve, and that's not him. So, yeah, if you're on Facebook. Yeah, but it might be, he might put it down under Philip. So we'll see if we can find my old Sensei.
Well, you need to. It's the right time.
Yeah.
It's the right time, young one.
I'd love to see what that guy's up to. Photo just came up. Now, this is him. I'll have to get it and post it. In fact, it makes sense because he's standing in front of Chinese swords. That's him.
I mean, he's just legit. He's lived the life.
He had that nose laugh. You ever seen him go, and they laugh through their nose?
I want him to train me.
Yeah. It would be great to get him down here for just a class because I'm sure he still smokes.
You have to get him down here for the shitty karate tournament.
You would have to, if he were...
and you have to call it that.
You'd have to sign a waiver because you will walk out with actual cigarette burns that will permanently scar your skin.
I say he trains Kevin and myself, and then me and Kevin duel, and we see who's his better student.
Are you sure he hasn't quit smoking? I mean, come on.
No, I don't know.
Everybody's quitting smoking.
No, I'm not. He's not a quitter.
Not in Ohio.
He's not a quitter, Virginia. In fact, he was very big on not quitting. Okay, what I'll do, I did find his photo. So let me tweet that out real quick, and then everybody, you can go get an idea of what we're talking about here. Because that's the real deal.
All right, well, if you guys can book him for your shitty karate tournament, I think it's a win.
Look, I'm not kidding. I want to do this shitty karate tournament.
I think you should.
I don't think Kevin's feeling it.
Kevin's done this before.
Yeah, we did it before, and it was okay.
He broke a board.
That's what I'm saying. Kevin,
3 people were impressed.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first time we did it at Wild 95.5. Virginia was in the regular studio looking on a monitor while me and Kevin actually fought live on the air as Virginia's doing play-by-play in a different room. It's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember walking away and be like, it didn't come out too well. Yeah. So Jay Ritt's like, let's do it. I'm like,
Well, maybe we'll do it live on the air, baby.
We got to do it better. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we could do it better. The shitty karate tournament, you can't have ever gotten higher than a yellow belt / sash.
Yeah, just the liability's high, too. That's the only thing we got to work out.
All you can do is sign a waiver. We're good.
Yeah, okay, we're fine. Okay. All right, let's see. Other movies that she had on her list: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, Phil Evering trained the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Everything comes back to him.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
He's the Splinter of Logan, Ohio.
Yeah, he was my Splinter. Mrs. Doubtfire and Parent Trap. Then,
Mrs. Doubtfire is a great movie.
Okay. And
Did you guys ever see that one?
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Absolutely.
Then Jennifer said, what about Turner and Hooch?
Pretty bad.
And Clueless.
Clueless is outstanding. Turner and Hooch is okay. I don't think either one of you would like that movie, Turner and Hooch, and I don't think it holds up either because I watched it not that long ago.
Is it a cop and a dog?
It's a cop and a dog, and you know my rule about anytime an animal gets a main role in a movie, it's usually pretty fucking shitty. So,
yeah. Okay, well, just to let you know, there's that. Let me see. We have that list. It's up on our Facebook page. If you're looking for some movie ideas to binge watch over the weekend, you can check it out right there. Okay, let's see here. Got an email, ATS Podcast discussion about avoiding fake accusations. Carrie said, the supposed poll that says 60% of male managers feel uncomfortable doing common workplace activities with women over fear of being falsely accused is complete BS, and I can't even believe you're trying to rationalize it. Who is the author of this poll? Mike Pence? You guys talk about these precautions as if they are in place because of a culture of false accusations. And as evidence, give an extreme example of such an accusation. Here's the reality. False accusations are rare. Over the past 20 years, only 2 to 10% of rape accusations are proven to be fake, argue the authors of a 2010 U.S. study. Do you really think that the precautions you speak of concerning pastors and other religious leaders are there because of false accusations, or could it be due to the thousands of actual reports of sexual abuse by religious spiritual leaders? Regardless of the numbers on false accusations, I think we can agree that actual rape also happens. Does this mean that most women should avoid taking part in common workplace, religious, or any other activity with a male for fear of being raped? Of course not. We cannot live our lives or conduct business this way. There is a time and place for such precautions, example, doctor's office. But let's be rational and use common sense. Perhaps the push to end the culture of seedy, lecherous men in positions of authority has gone a little too far in the opposite direction, but let's not veer it further off course by taking it in another extreme direction. Carrie. First question you had is who did the poll? It is from leanin.org and SurveyMonkey. It says they show a big increase in managers who are men saying they're uncomfortable spending time with junior-level women. 60% of male managers now say they're not comfortable doing common workplace activities with a woman, including mentoring, working one-on-one, or socializing. It's a 32% increase from last year. 36% of men also say they've avoided mentoring or socializing with a woman because they were nervous about how it would look. Men now say they're 12 times more likely to hesitate to have one-on-one meetings, 9 times more likely to hesitate to travel with a junior woman from work, and 6 times more likely to hesitate to have a work dinner with a junior woman. In response to these findings, leanin.org is encouraging men to do more to actively support women at work, including mentoring and sponsoring them. Numerous studies show that mentorship and sponsorship help employees advance more quickly, and right now women receive less of both kinds of support. So that's where I got the survey. And the second thing is talking about the religious leaders and whatnot. It's a two-way street on that. I mean, it's, not just about being falsely accused. It's about saying, hey, we want to make sure that there's somebody to make sure that behavior stays in check. And if there's ever a story that was out of line, we now have a witness who can testify one way or the other that this is where the behavior went, which I would argue I still think that is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
The person that wrote the email is saying that men aren't really feeling that way, but I've heard a lot of people that are in a position where they're like that. They're just saying, yeah, I'm not feeling comfortable hiring and being in that situation. We're not making that up. That's a real thing. Yeah. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, the day I read
level.
the story, there were 2 stories that had come out where
there's a bunch of stories about people. There are people that are on record saying, yeah, I'm not comfortable doing that way. Whether she likes that or not, that really is happening. And that's all we're saying. We're not saying it's good or bad. We're just saying it's happening.
And this came out today. The top reason for CEOs resigning is now misconduct and ethical issues. That's the first time in decades the reason hasn't been a company's financial performance. Now, not say that's all sexual misconduct. I mean, it could be just ethical issues that have to do with something that's not that, but...
People are checking
Yeah.
everybody these days.
Right. They're checking their ethical and moral behavior. And, and I think rightfully so. I think people in power should be held in check and held responsible to say, you've got an authority. You're a leader. You need to set an example. You cannot use and abuse your power. And if I were a leader, I would want to always have a system of checks and balances so that I am held accountable for my behavior and that there is a witness to my behavior. Both ways.
I think the days of leaders just being able to do whatever they want and being tyrants and just either they're, awful humans, they're sexually awful, they're whatever they are, they're getting called out.
Big time.
And so those days are kind of going away pretty quick.
Yeah. And we're in agreement that needs to come down. You don't
Absolutely.
Guy, girl, whoever. If you got a position of power and you're using that to make anyone uncomfortable or keep them down or whatever,
Or abuse.
Yeah, whatever the issue is, it's wrong, and it does. It happens. It happens across the board. It happens with guys. It happens with women. People in power. If you're fucked up, they do fucked up things.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they're all like losing their jobs, though. If that's the reason that more corporate CEOs and heads of the whole thing are leaving, it's good. We're cleaning house and getting rid of the dirt bags.
Yeah, so it's ultimately a good thing, and I applaud it and think that it is great. But I can see it. I think it's probably a good thing to have in a lot of workplaces. If I ran a business and with HR and stuff, I'm like, let's have some policies and say, think about this because. Like I was saying, we were talking about this today about, we were talking to a guy who found a tie in his girlfriend's car. And she's like, I was giving it a coworker. And my wife is very big. When I met her, she made it a big time point to say, hey, look, here's my thing. It's just a lot of times there may not be anything going on. Chances are there's not. But other people talk. Things happen. And then your name, you don't even realize it. But people are saying, hey, did you see so-and-so left together and blah, blah, blah. And just when things talk and rumors start talking, it's a way to start fracturing and splintering your relationship. Because somebody might say, hey, I saw your husband leaving with so-and-so the other day. And you're like, oh, I didn't mention that. And then there you go, little splinter.
And then you're in big trouble.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's kind of all it is, accountability. I got this email from the Wilson, said, I heard your topic yesterday or the other day about Jason mentioning things he didn't realize you should do, like removing the lint from dryers.
Glad I got people talking about that.
Well, you're never going to believe this video my husband found of a person, a radio man, stating that he catches his poop in the toilet paper and doesn't let it touch the water and thinks this is normal.
What?
You can hear him say in disbelief, wait, you just let your poop hit the water and not catch it? The fact that he believes this means there are lunatics out there like this as well. I cannot wait to hear Kevin's reactions. I've attached for your displeasure.
So what?
Wait, what? He catches it with his...
I don't know if he catches it with his hand or if he sets up like a TP poop net.
He's a radio guy? All right. Is that what she said?
I looked at it. It said Radio Man. I checked out the video, and it looks more like they have like a video podcast kind of thing. It doesn't look like they're in a studio or whatnot.
Doing this bullshit to get attention.
Here's basically what he had to say. I mean, I did watch it. He looked like he was in disbelief. Maybe he's a great actor. I don't know.
Just like we all touch shit before.
No, I've never shitted in a tissue before.
You touch shit every single day if you shit. Like, you don't wipe yourself? It got shit in the tissue when you wipe yourself.
You don't know how to get the... Why are you touching the shit? The tissue is for the shit.
That's what I'm saying. You grab shit all the time.
No, you're not saying that. Why are you grabbing shit?
Hold on.
Do you got shit stuck in your ass while you're taking...
So you telling me that y'all just let the doodle fall in the toilet? Y'all don't catch it every time? No way.
Yo, you shit in your hand, bro?
With tissue.
That's what he says.
What the hell?
I'm not buying it.
Not buying it.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah,
I don't think she's buying it either.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's very bizarre.
You buying it?
I don't know.
If he does, it's completely like whack and wrong. Like, who would train their kid to...
No, but exactly. Who
Buy it, don't buy it. Who gives a shit? It's just dumb. Like, if you're that dumb and you think that you should shit in a toilet paper covered hand, I don't care to hear anything else you have to say.
About anything?
I'm done. Bye-bye.
About anything.
That's it. I'm officially out.
Okay, so there you go. So yeah, it's just not buying it, huh? Not happening.
Even if you're just trying to get attention and you're faking it, I'm still out.
You're out.
Yeah,
dumb.
I'm with the witch on
It's
this.
just dumb.
Talk about stopping with the Hep A. We talked about that restaurant that was covered for the Hep A, and then Thumbelina had sent me the article today that they had 30 violations, too.
That's not good.
Would that keep you from going in there? Or
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would. There's no way I would ever step foot in that place ever again. I'm done. It's like a bad relationship. Never again. Not going back.
It's just information that you don't ever want to hear. I mean, you want to hold your establishments to a higher standard, and I'm sure I've eaten at places that had violations and not known it. But ignorance is bliss in that scenario. If I do know it, I can't go back.
I mean, the hepatitis A, I'll give you because you can't control that. But when you
It's
go
not their
in,
fault.
you go in there and there's 30 violations. That's just fucked. That's too many. I'm sorry.
Too many.
30 violations?
So you don't think like maybe they'll just really get it together? They'll be on the other end and like, wow, we got to make sure everything top to bottom is.
I always wonder how that stuff works. 'Cause I watch a lot of those Restaurant Impossibles and Bar Rescues, and they go into these places and they show how gross and how terrible they're running their establishment. So that's more of an attitude than, oh, I just got some shit over there. So you give them this new facelift of a restaurant. Do they go back to old ways? I would be so pissed if someone showed my restaurant and showed how negligent I was.
It really makes you want to embrace the open kitchen concept, which a lot of places are doing now.
Right, so you can take a peek in there.
Where you as the customer can see everything that's going on, because it's like, okay, now it's scaring the crap out of me. This place that we're talking about with 30 violations is a lovely place.
Imagine if you got a report from every time you ever ate out at a restaurant, and it had everything listed, and every time there was like it covered and underlined in red, it was the violations and the bullshit that you ate, bugs.
Yeah,
I guarantee you it's at least 20%.
I
at
agree.
least.
Maybe more than that. I've eaten out, I'm sure, 40% of the time there's been some violation that I didn't know about.
Especially when you're younger and you're just not, you don't get, when I was young, I would eat anything from anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if I really knew if I would eat out a lot less.
Yeah.
So many places, like, especially in New Orleans, where I'm from, like, some of these little seedy hole-in-the-wall places.
There's no way they're clean.
That's the charm of it, that it's a seedy hole in the wall. But, yeah, there's no way.
You mean to tell me the front of the house is all looking kind of gross and the back of the house is clean? Shit, that. No way.
Yeah, and it's weird that people like will embrace it, be going, yeah, this place is a shithole. I love going there to eat. Wait, what?
But usually, that's usually the regulars, and they're usually alcoholics.
Yeah.
So us.
Yeah.
It definitely has some alcohol with it.
Alcohol can really lower your inhibition of eating shitty food.
It'll kill germs, too, so you're kind of win-win.
As far as what place it is, you can easily do a quick Google search and it'll pop right up. So
I mean, I want to know these places. If they have a lot of violations, I don't want to be ignorant anymore.
Like
I'd
I
rather
said,
know.
And it's always a viral read now. One of the top things that I see like every day is they do reports now on the violations, kitchens that got dinged, because people want to know, because so many people, especially in South Florida, eat out that you're like, okay, because it changed you. Like I said, my little taco place in Lake Worth, I'll never go back there. And, you know, somebody had also said, too, that they listed it in a text today, and they're like, they named it, and they're like, yeah, we went there, and we kept seeing them pop up frequently for little violations here and there, and went back one day, and the AC was out, and the place stunk. And
Yeah, when the AC goes out, man, there was a restaurant, same kind of AC went out, and it just smelled like the bathroom. It smelled like running sewage water.
I can't. I just can't. I know it's charming to go to these holes in the wall, but I just can't. I need to go into a place and just immediately be like, wow, this place is clean.
I told you about the one time my Aunt Ann and my mom went to a Chinese place in Lake Park, and they're eating their rice, and they look down, and my mom and Ann had all these little baby roaches in their rice. So they
can't.
They complained, and then they accused my mom and Ann of putting them in themselves. Yeah, I heard about that story at least 30 times.
That's horrifying.
that is some crazy stuff.
And it was a Pennington regular. I mean, we went there all the time.
I would have blown them up.
Yep.
Isn't that fucked up? You complain about roaches and then they blame it on you.
It would have got ugly.
That story would be
It'd be a news story.
It'd be a news story
Your
today.
mom, Kay and Ann, would have been on the. You're not going to believe what
right.
they had the nerve to say.
They're gonna mess
Me and
with-
my sister.
they're gonna mess
We
with
just came in.
My rice.
All we wanted was fried rice. Oh, that would have been the best
I know.
news story
I know.
ever. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, somebody said they should be required to have a grade of cleanliness posted on their window before you enter. And there is, Denny's had sent me, like, if you go, there's a website that does list. I guess every restaurant has like a letter grade of cleanliness. But it would be interesting if they had to post at the front.
Yeah, it would make
Before you walked
everybody
in.
step up their game.
Well, if these things go more viral and you start hearing these stories, and places might say we may be hurting for customers until, like, if a place did that, that'd be smart. Say if you got an A grade, be like, hey, this is what we strive to do every single day. Great food, but obviously A grade for cleanliness. And people be like going, I feel good about eating here. They got an A. They're an A rating.
This is what Jim H. in the chat room said. Trust me, after delivering to restaurants for over 30 years, the fancier the front, the dirtier the kitchen. Do you believe that?
No.
You don't?
I just don't. I really don't believe that.
I do
'Cause I've been in too many kitchens. I've been in the back of the house too much to know. Yeah, sure. You're going to have some dirty upscale places. It's all about the management team. It's all about the head chef and how he runs his kitchen.
And I do agree, if the front of the house is messy, you can guarantee the back is messy.
Absolutely. If they don't care about the bathrooms or the front of the house, that's usually a clear indicator.
It kind of blows my mind. Chain restaurants that everybody knows, you go into the bathroom and it's so disgusting in there. I mean, radio station gross.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
Ryan said in California they do that. They post up the food grades.
They should.
Yeah. And also, yeah, Ryan, just to let you know, too, your lunch plans I would cancel.
Really?
Yeah, he said, I hope it's not this place. That's where I'm going for lunch today.
And it is?
Yeah.
It is that place.
Yes,
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
I thought. So are there two stories going around? I thought another place was getting the.
What are you talking about?
As far as I thought there was two restaurants. So is there two restaurants that are kind of under the gun right now for violations?
No, he's talking about the place I had mentioned in
Oh,
Lake Worth,
my
the
bad.
taco place.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Is this the taco place in Lake Worth? Yeah,
Yep, that's it.
That's the one.
It's still up and going, huh?
Yeah, I guess it's nothing bad to shut down the whole place. I think when I read the one, because I had gone there the night before they got shut down, and that's why I was like going, great, like the violation was going on.
Really? The night before.
Remember that, Virginia? I'm like going, I ate there last, and it was just that day, and they got shut down for a day until they cleaned up the issues they had.
So you were one of the last meals served in the dirtiest.
I was in the window.
Do you remember what their violations were?
It was, I think, flies, and the meat was not being kept at the right temperature, and flies.
Flies sometimes you can't control, but the meat thing you can.
Yeah. So.
The other thing, too, I've heard is some of these places, their freezers, where they keep all the extra food, they go fix, in a day or two. A lot of times the freezers are really, really gross. They'll put the meat unwrapped, and then they'll put that with other pieces of chicken that shouldn't be there, and then they're picking up the chicken without gloves. I'm at a point now, if you're not making my food with gloves, I'm kind of fucking mad.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of it. They're supposed to have like gloves, and they're supposed to. That was one of the violations I saw for the place we were talking about. I think it was something about switching out gloves, and they witnessed how they were doing it. They weren't doing it properly, whatever the regulations are.
There is a ton of places that do not use gloves. A ton. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're supposed to use gloves? That's a rule?
No.
I don't know. It's something. There was something about how they were using gloves. Because I was talking and briefly reading, and there was something about a glove exchange that was listed.
It's all about what you're touching.
Yeah.
So it's cross-contamination
Yes.
of whatever you're touching.
That's what it was.
Like the guy making your sandwich at Subway, who also is ringing you up on the cash register and handling money. That guy has to get new gloves every time because he's handling money and he's handling the food.
Right.
And that is like across the board, no deviation on that.
And another thing I always see at the restaurant, on the restaurant shows that I watch, it's when the chef or the cook picks up either the chicken, like the raw chicken, and then touches other stuff and then comes back to the raw chicken. They get really mad about that. I guess, what does that mean?
Cross-contamination,
Okay, all right.
yeah. You got to be super careful.
Even with that little bit of chicken juice.
A little bit of raw chicken juice can spread the salmonella. Because if he touches the salad and the salad is not going to be prepared and cooked, it's not going to be put to a high enough temperature. It's salad. Nobody's cooking the salad.
They say on those restaurant shows, if a person that was doing the checklist, if they saw you do that, that would be enough to shut our restaurant down.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So, something to learn. Somebody had said that if you go in a place, drive around back, if the dumpster area is clean, the restaurant will be clean. Okay.
I don't know the dumpster test.
And somebody said, I never really noticed much of a difference between dives and upscale places as far as overall cleanliness. Okay. And somebody said, they only wear gloves when the food inspector comes in. And what might have happened with this place I was talking about, that might be true. And they thought, hey, it's food inspector, put on gloves. And they didn't know how to use them.
Right.
And they actually got dinged because they did it wrong because they never use them.
It's not practiced.
Right. So they didn't know. And they just got a violation by putting on the gloves and messing it all up.
That's highly likely.
Okay.
We had the best sub place down in Broward when we were in Miami. I'd go there every single day, especially right when I knew we were going to get fired. I'd double up on the subs. And they were so...
Eating his feelings.
They were so good, but the guy who was making them had the dirtiest, longest fingernails.
Oh, no, J-Bar.
I know.
What are you doing?
And I couldn't power through it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was pretty gnarly. They had the best honey mustard, too.
No.
The honey mustard got me.
Doesn't matter.
Tough stuff.
That's 5 years ago.
Gross fingernails on the person preparing your food. I'm out.
I'm a different man these days.
You're a changed man. All right. Well, there you go. Just got 2 more days till the big old 3-day weekend. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.